Hey everyone, welcome back. We're actually going to go into looking at the sump now and seeing how it works for me. So yeah, it's a 55-gallon tank, pretty standard, nothing special about that. And what makes it even better is I got it for free. Definitely can't hate on that. As you can see, more than half of the sump is actually the refugium. Minimum amount of sand in there. I would say probably 3 to 4 inches of sand. It's really not that much. As you know, I don't run sand in my tank, so I try to put some in the refugium so I'd be able to, have all those sand sifting critters and starfish and all that good stuff that the sand does well with. It's separated by a 1/4-inch piece of acrylic, which is held in place by silicone. If you already don't know, the silicone and acrylic don't really do well together. So if you're going to use acrylic, put a lot of silicone so you can hold it in place. Now this next section here is the skimmer section. When I originally built this, I had a skimmer with a pump on the outside. That's why I have all that extra room. But it works out because I just ordered the Marine Pure 8x8 by 4-inch block, ceramic block, and that's actually going to fit right here where the waterfall comes in and goes through the block and so on. So now we have the bubble trap, just standard Home Depot glass with silicone, aquarium safe silicone obviously. Now, people were asking why I have this glass so far up when it only really needs to be like right here. So the reason is because I have my dosing system here. Now I use this so I can dose right into the overflow, so I can bypass the skimmer and bypass the heater, and bypass the pH probe especially. Dosing soda ash before the pH probe is just a bad idea because you're going to get fluctuations every time you dose. It's just annoying. So dose after the pH probe if you have one. So we'll get into all this good stuff later. I'm actually going to have a video on how to dose 2-part. Plus I'm going to be starting the Red Sea Reef color program. So that's actually going to be used in this section here. And it's going to be nice. We're going to go over that and see how that turns out here in a couple months. The Jabo return pump, DC 6000, which will be gone within the next month. I'm actually going to be upgrading to the 12,000. So I need a little bit more power because I'm actually running 2 manifolds, and I'll show you the other one on the outside. And it's just not enough power. I'm not really, if you see, I had to dial back the return line just to get enough power to power both reactors plus the refrigerator. So yeah, a refrigerator. We'll get into that as well. So that's full blast. It's good to go. So let's go ahead and look at the manifold here. So we got a ball valve. Whenever I gotta do maintenance, I can just turn it off. Now I put 4 ports on here. I'm currently using 3. This one goes right to the BRS reactor. You can adjust the flow here. Goes in, GFO, carbon, all that good stuff. It comes back into the sump here. This one is a barb fitting valve, which goes, to the biopellet reactor, which currently has 400 milliliters in it, or approximately 100 gallons worth of it. Still going up on that. I'm taking it slow. No reason to kill the tank. Then it comes down, goes below, back down, and then into the skimmer. Now, if you're using a biopellet reactor and you're using this kind of tube to go into the skimmer, make sure you are cleaning the tube, every 3 to 5 months. You'll start getting a bacteria buildup inside the tube, and it'll actually collect like right in here. And then, depending on how you have it returning to your skimmer, and it will actually clog up the tube, and you'll lose power, like tumbling and that's what I'm looking for. You'll lose tumbling inside the skimmer, or not in the skimmer, but inside the bubble, the biopellet reactor. So that's just a little bit of information there if you actually have one. And you can actually see where the bacteria, kind of crumbled off there. I gotta siphon that out in my next water change, whenever that might be. All right, so that's one part of it. Now we have this third one here, which actually is a 1/2-inch pipe, which goes outside the tank in the back and goes around to our next reactor, or not reactor, but manifold, which we'll get to. And I wish I had some light. Let me get some light. I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. I had to get some light real quick. Couldn't see anything. So basically, where were we? Alrighty, the manifold comes out in the back here and then goes through here, which is a ball valve, if you can see it. I don't know if you can, but allows you to turn off the manifold so you can do maintenance. Now that comes over to 4 outlets that are 1/4 inch They're basically the quick connects from Home Depot. They're like $5 a piece. That's what made this project expensive. I mean, it was like $30, but still $5 a piece for 4 connections. Anyways, there's 2 ways that I dose with this system. I either dose from the refrigerator out to this open space here, you can see, and then into one of these connections here, which goes, the water goes through and back into the tank. And I also, sorry about that, was my phone. I also have it so water comes from the manifolds into the refrigerator, okay, and then mixes, and then goes back out and into the tank. Now that's where you saw the extra line over there before. Now, if I can get that, if you can even see any of that stuff. So what I do is, how I determine how I dose that is, if something needs to be refrigerated all the time, then I'll dose it from inside the refrigerator through these connections here, which is the constant flow of water. If it's something like a iron supplement or something like that that doesn't really need to be refrigerated, I will dose it through the fridge up into the manifold, which goes back into the tank. Now the manifold actually has a cap on the end of it with a hole into it, which allows me to adjust the flow coming out of the manifold, so I can add some head pressure onto the tank. And yep, so that's how that's done. So yeah guys, I appreciate you watching the videos, and if you want to see more, let me know. I have a lot to show you down the road, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Bye.